Are you ready to join in the celebrations for Singapore's 58th birthday? We're just days away from National Day Parade 2023. That, of course, happens on the 9th of August. Now, this year, it's taking on the theme Onward as One. And the much anticipated show segment will comprise 4 live acts featuring 43 artists and 2,400 performers, interwoven with 3 short films. Well, not just that, performances are set to be enhanced by floor projections not seen at the Padang since 2015. On today's Morning Shot special, we're joined by none other than Royston Tan, Creative Director of NDP 2023. Thanks for joining us, Royston.
Hi, Lynn.
I'm really excited to have you on Money FM 89.3, Royston. Let's get straight into it. Lots of interesting elements to expect at this year's show. Could you give us a behind-the-scenes description of the preparations that you're currently going with, and from conceptualization all the way to the end product?
Yeah, actually, it's been a very exciting time for us. We started conceptualizing these ideas since last year. So I thought for this year, NDP is a good time for us to take stock of what has happened, to count blessing, and most importantly, to move forward as one community into the future. So we chose the theme Onward as One, in the sense of looking forward, moving together, and most importantly, doing it together as one united people.
And in the first for NDP, the show audience will quite literally smell the show in Act 2. To be exact, a whiff of a Tembusu scent that's specially curated for this year's NDP. Tell us more about this special creation and how was it made? What are the feelings you're trying to evoke here?
Right. We are very much inspired by the strength of nature. So wherever we go in Singapore, you always see some kind of greenery, and sometimes really pretty flower blooms for you. We wanted to give audience a very different experience. The smell of flowers, and also in this act, we want to bring across that Singapore, we are all like a humble little tree that we have to weather many storms before we can become a big tree. So there's so much beauty in nature, and all we really need to do is just open our senses and to take it all in. I think one of the most wonderful memory that triggered me was every time I do have like habit of going for late night walk, and sometimes I can smell like the flowers on the tree, and it's very subtle and really fresh, and there's something very beautiful about smell that will add another dimension, every night when I go for my evening walk. Yeah. So I thought that is something very, very beautiful, and also at the same time very thought-provoking.
What a lovely and creative idea. Now, turning back the clock just a little to 2020, when the world was grappling with COVID-19, National Day festivities had to take on a whole new concept, marked by the first ever NDP virtual march and a scaled down evening segment with non-live audiences as part of efforts to ensure everyone's safety amid the COVID-19 outbreak. Now, that was your first outing as creative director for the National Day Parade. Fast forward to 2023, your second time round, as creative director, we hear that you've got a little regret back then. Could you elaborate on what that was and how you're going to fill that little hole in your heart this time round?
Right. So I think 2020, because of the COVID or the pandemic situation, everything we have to downscale, and hence I didn't get to experience a full-scale NDP. So that I thought that was something that was a little bit missing from my NDP journey. And hence, this year when I'm given the opportunity to come back again, which I'm really grateful, we are able to do a full-scale experience with mass display. And it's really through these few months when I attended the rehearsal that I really have my respect for all the participants, how they spend so much time to perfect the formation week after week. And so this year, we are coming back with a bang, visually and emotionally, to give audience a very special, unique NDP experience.
Well, really, really looking forward to it. Now, as with any creative works, it's always nice when we see a unique part of the director in the production itself. So this time, what signature touches of Royston Tan will we see in this year's parade?
Okay, I think Royston Tan is always somebody who is inspired by coffee shops and the sight and sound of all places that you actually see. So I'm going to infuse a lot of all these ordinary moments in NDP, which makes it very extraordinary. And there will be a lot of familiar songs that you actually will be hearing that will reach us out to many Singaporeans from all different demographics. There'll be songs like Bunede Vava, Chan Mali Chan, Payoh. So we'll be infusing this together with the film that will be coming. And as you know, that I'm always inspired by ordinary things in Singapore, like things that the sight and sound of Singapore. So we'll be having short films to integrate all this together as a total experience for fellow Singaporeans.
Now, music to me is something that is very close to my heart, and it always has that ability to unite people. And so, among so many National Day theme songs, do we have the privilege to hear you sing a little bit of your favorite song and what it means
Oh,
to you in the context of Singapore's 58th birthday?
okay. I think one of my favorite song would have to be One People, One Nation, One Singapore. Why do I say that? Because this song was used for the opening of the Singapore Indoor Stadium when I was in secondary two. Yeah, and I was in the I was one of the participants
Wow.
when this song comes out. So I still remember the choreography. So, but I can still sing just a little bit for you. So it's something like that. One people, one nation, one Singapore. That's the way that we will be forevermore. Every creed and every race has its code and has its race. One people, one nation, one Singapore. I think it's something like that.
Wow, that's fantastic. Great. So good to hear you sing, actually. As we close into the 9th of August, could you share with us your birthday wish for Singapore this year and what do you hope to see in the coming years?
I think as we have gone through a very difficult time, now is really time for all fellow Singaporeans to come into the light and to really be the light to shine for the community. And I hope that we will stay united and to face the future, come what may. Yeah.
Royston, thanks so much for sharing your heartwarming journey with us. We've been speaking with Royston Tan, Creative Director of NDP 2023.
Money FM 89.3.